Let's welcome in our friend, the Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Meuser. He's a member of the House Committee on Financial Services. Congressman, I ran into you this weekend with President Trump. It's nice to see you again virtually. Good evening. Happy New Year.
Thanks, Ed. Hey, great to be with you.
You know, what's your reaction? Because the New York City Mayor, Zohran Mamdani, rather than showing leadership, is inflaming the situation tonight, posting on X that the ICE agent, quote, murdered this woman in Minnesota. How can someone analyze the videos that are flying around social media and render a verdict before there's a full investigation, sir, and basically pour gasoline on an already volatile situation? What's your reaction?
That's exactly what he's doing, and it's exactly what the Minnesota mayor did. And any, frankly, Democrat in leadership that doesn't say condemn the loss of life, I mean, that's a terrible outcome. But nevertheless, you should not be trying to run over an ICE agent. They've been demonizing the ICE agents. They've been referring to them as Gestapo. I mean, they are law enforcement. The Biden administration let in nearly 20 million illegals. Many of them are criminals. We're working on it. That's ICE's job. And yet you have Democrat leadership that is throwing gasoline in the fire, just as you stated. And it's just outrageous. It's awful. I'll tell you what, Mamdani, he's been in office just a few days. There's all kinds of, I got news information today, all kinds of new anti-Semitic actions taking place there because he's acting as if, that's okay. I mean, the leadership has got to stop this nonsense. And I'll tell you what, Ed, Minnesota, if they don't come out and start making comments and denouncing this, Minnesota is going to be lit up tonight, and not in a good way.
Yeah, are you concerned that we may see a repeat, sir, of the so-called summer of love? Here's a live look at a calm situation when we want to report all the facts. Obviously, there's a vigil for this woman, and that is a tragedy. We're still trying to get details about her and her life, and we do not want to minimize and will not, and I'm glad that you're recognizing that tragedy. But are you concerned? Minneapolis was one of those cities lit up after the death of George Floyd, and people like Tim Walz stayed on the sidelines and let it burn.
Listen, Tim Walz is responsible for this. We had a hearing today with Jamie Comer and the Oversight Committee. It's clear there was evidence that they manipulated paperwork. They knew what was going on. They either turned a blind eye, or they just showed incompetence, or they're in on it. They're showing that some of these billions of dollars possibly have gone to terrorist groups. There's dozens, if not hundreds, of illegals within this Somalia community that they've also just looked the other way about. You cannot have this level of lawlessness, this theft, this stealing, and then blame it on the law enforcement trying to stop it, and that has a real good chance of causing some serious, rioting or hostility here in Minneapolis and elsewhere.
Yeah, we've already seen some windows smashed at a federal building there in Minneapolis. It might be just limited to that, so we don't want to exaggerate the situation. You see a large group of people gathering there, obviously, in Minneapolis. You referenced this hearing on Capitol Hill where you are now. Here's your Republican colleague, Brandon Gill, pressing a state representative from Minnesota, Walter Hudson, about this Somali scandal. Listen.
Mr. Hudson, thank you for being here. Did those who commit this fraud, do they typically vote for Republicans or Democrats, in your opinion?
In my opinion, thank you for qualifying it like that, I would say they most definitely overwhelmingly vote for Democrats.
Do they typically donate to Republicans or Democrats?
Not to my knowledge. They
don't
donate to Republicans, they donate to Democrats, in my opinion, yes.
Got it. So would you say this is the Somali population is an important demographic for Democrats to win over politically?
Unquestionably.
That what was going on here? People like Tim Walz, you suggested a moment ago, turning a blind eye. They're getting votes, and then there's this pipeline, sir, of our federal tax dollars that were being ripped off by some of these Somalis.
Yeah. They're letting it go. It's helping them gain favor. It is primarily all Democrats, would be my guess, but we do know of 85 of the 100 that have been arrested are Somalians. No offense to Somalians, we could care less here in America what your nationality is and background is, but if you come here to break the law and steal from the American taxpayer, and at the same time let's face it, take advantage. Take advantage. I mean, have a governor, leverage a governor's office and for a governor to allow that to happen. I mean, this guy, thank God he's on his way out, but the damage that's been caused along the way. And I'll tell you something, Ed, just now on the House floor, a member, I'll leave her nameless, went up to Tom Emmer, our whip, and stated that he had responsibility for the death of a woman. I mean, that's crazy, okay, to be making such accusations like that. The woman, I saw the video. I mean, she did jump in front of, she did try to basically run over the guy. Who, I don't know if she tried to run him over, but she was going while he was standing in front of her.
Right.
I'm not saying that the shooting was necessary, so that's got to be investigated.
Yeah, we'll let the facts play out. You're right.
Continue to leadership. Let the facts play out. Leadership can't throw, as you just stated, put gasoline on the fire.
Here's that video, by the way.
It's terrible leadership. It's outrageous.
Yeah, this is the video.
Yeah.
And you could see that car going at the third, fourth agent up there, and he shoots. And one of the interesting points, Congressman, is I've seen still photos showing that there's a bullet hole in the windshield, as if that car was pointed directly at the ICE agent, which the vehicle, a several thousand-pound SUV, could be used as a weapon as this agent was firing. You just said something else, though, that I don't want to miss. And if you can't name the person, maybe it'll leak out in the days ahead. But I know Tom Emmer to be a very even-keeled man from Minnesota. He's a member of the House Republican leadership, as you said. You're telling us tonight that a Democrat female congresswoman came up to him on the House floor and said, basically, you have blood on your hands?
Yes, that is what occurred, and an argument or words were exchanged, and it was civil. It wasn't hostile. But what an outrageous overreaction! What a thing to say! And if you're saying that here on the House floor directly to someone, God knows what you'll be saying within the media and to your constituency back home, further inflaming their reactions. Look, these so-called elected leaders don't realize that some people believe what they're saying. Calling the ICE Gestapo. People want to stop the Gestapo, like a historical Gestapo, and that's why we're getting some of this outrage, this complete outrage for law enforcement officers.
Absolutely, sir.
Which has led to this tragic event.
That's what's
back
caused the blue.
Their words, they're inciting riots, and that's what's caused this very sad shooting.
Absolutely. We know you back the blue there in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Mamdani's got problems not backing the NYPD in New York City, which is something that socialist, as you mentioned earlier, is going to have to confront. He's already out there inflaming this situation in Minnesota. And you can see the president is obviously someone who's standing up for law enforcement every day. He put out a post on True Social today saying that the left is going after these folks who want to enforce the law. Congressman, we appreciate you coming in on a busy night. We'll have you back soon. Thank you. All right, Congressman Dan Meuser. We appreciate him bringing us some news, by the way, of what's going on. You heard it, eyewitness account on the House floor. This situation's gotten tense.